This is Lady Gaga, and you're watching Radio Art Pop.
We are the crowd, we're coming out. Got my flash on, it's true. Need that picture of you, it's so magical. We'd be so fantastical. Leather and jeans, garage glamorous. Not sure what it means, but this photo of us, it don't have a price. Ready for those flashing lights, 'cause you know that, baby, I'm your biggest fan. I'll follow you until you love me. Paparazzi.
Hi guys, I'm Tim, and this is episode 77 of Radio Art Pop. I am very excited to be joined tonight by Christina, Gina, Sherez, and of course, Yuling. How is everyone? I hope amazing.
Hey!
This is your first time on the show. How excited are you?
I feel so excited. I've been waiting to be on the show for a very long time. It just feels so unreal.
Awesome.
I just want to
can
say
you tell-
thank you again.
Oh, you are so welcome. I'm glad that you were able to come on this week. I didn't give you more than a week's notice that I wanted you on this week, so thank you for being able to make
That's
it.
all right. Don't worry about it.
Can you tell everyone where you're from, your Twitter handle, and something interesting about you?
My name is Gina, and I'm from Connecticut. My Twitter name is @GinaKatieFan1, and something interesting about me, I'm going to see Gaga for the first time ever.
Yas! I think that deserves the infamous yas.
Yes, it
Yes.
does.
Christina, what about you?
My name is Christina, as Tim said, and my Twitter is IamPeaceMonster. And something interesting about me is, well, I'm supposed to start school tomorrow, but I guess not because we're having a blizzard.
Wow, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Therese, you're over in New York City. You're getting a blizzard too. Will you tell everyone something interesting about you, since you no longer use Twitter and since I just told them where you're from? And you're muted, by the way, so you should undo that.
Okay, so, but there is something I'd like to announce.
Okay.
I am going to be exhibiting in Brooklyn with an artist, Melissa Clark. She's a fantastic sculptor. And I will be exhibiting 2 of my sculptures and a pop art piece, which is going to be silk screened, and details of which Tim will tweet later.
Yes, I will. Thank you for letting me know.
I was like, while I was saying that, I was like, Tim will tweet later.
Make sure to remind me. And Yuling. Yuling.
That's me.
That's where
I'm here.
it's you. Where are you
Hello.
from?
I am from San Francisco, but I'm currently living in New York for college. What else am I supposed to say? Fun fact. Okay.
Twitter and a fun fact.
Twitter is YasYuling, okay.
With 4 A's in the
with
first
4
yes.
A's, 4 A's in the first yes. And fun fact, I currently have 4 other people in my kitchen.
Let's make them Radio Art Pop famous.
What? Let's make them Radio Art Pop famous?
Yes.
Say hello, friends.
Oh my gosh, they're that close too.
I know, they're right there. I'm making them be silent for Radio Art Pop, so they're in silence.
Friends, thank you for being silent. I know you can't hear me, but when you go back and watch this later to see what it's like not sitting right next to you, Ling, and still watching the show, you'll know.
They'll hear me talk.
So let's just start with the biggest piece of news, even though there's been so much to talk about from the past week. The Hunting Ground, the documentary at Sundance that Gaga lent her voice to a song for. What we do know is that the song is called Till It Happens to You, which is also the name of this episode, that the documentary is about rape, and that the song was written by Diane Warren. We also know that there are no release plans for the song. It is just simply a part of the movie. Gaga played no part in writing it. The only contribution she made to it was her voice. and that everyone's kind of really pissed off that we're not going to get the song. And this isn't the first time it's happened, so I don't know why people are mad. Christina, are you mad?
No, because I've been used to it before, because I remember she did a song for, what was that cartoon?
Romeo and Juliet.
Yes, and I was like, I love that song so much, and I'm like, I wasn't really mad because it wasn't even on the soundtrack in the first place, but I don't mind it, because we're going to hear it eventually anyway, so I don't really care.
I agree. I agree.
You agree?
Yeah, I agree with her.
I mean, I think that the movie and the fact that it's about such an important topic makes it worth seeing, whether you're going to see it for the song or the topic.
Exactly, yeah. I don't...
Sherez, I don't think you even knew about the song until I told you, like on FaceTime.
Yeah, but my opinion on the situation is that releasing the song separately for commercial value could also be disrespectful for the message of the song in the movie. So I think, yes, it's a good decision in my eyes. I don't mind. I'm going to listen to the song anyways. I don't need it on iTunes to listen to it. So.
And personally, I want to see the movie.
Yeah, of course.
With or without the song. I mean, compare this to Romeo and Juliet. Which one were you more willing to see?
Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet, what?
You Ling's like, I don't even know what that is.
I'm like, I'm not even talking about it. What is that?
One thing that we said last week was that we thought Diane Warren was working on Gaga's next album with her, but now that's probably not true since this is what they were working on together. Maybe they did more, maybe they didn't. If the song were to be released to us, would anyone be happy about a leak? I mean, I wouldn't complain. But I don't think that we're going to have to go too long without hearing it. We'll get it in the next year, I'm sure, because eventually the movie is going to be released on DVD, whether it goes into theaters or not, and that'll be available to purchase on the website for the movie probably. And somebody will rip the audio from that, and boom, boom, we have the song.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Did you, Ling? I got to ask you, because if you did or didn't, either way, your response is going to be hilarious. Did you see the Little Monsters attacking the BuzzFeed guy who saw the movie and said that the song was just fine?
What? They attacked what?
This BuzzFeed reporter was at Sundance and saw the movie, and they asked him what he thought of the song, how good was the song. He said it was fine. And they got so mad at him, they were like, we're not even interested in hearing it anymore.
Why would they... What? I just don't understand. Like, what is wrong with just fine? Fine used to be, like, really good back then, and I was like, oh, it's just fine. It's like, come on. Is there anything wrong with just fine? I don't understand.
And that guy wasn't even there for this song. He was there for the film.
Like, shut the front door. I'm not even. I'm done.
Hill, like, seriously.
Well, I am going to play the trailer for everyone in case you haven't seen the trailer already, so that you can see why all of us are interested in seeing the film.
I got a call from the Dean of Admissions asking if you were to get into Harvard, would you accept? And I said yes, because I knew my mom would kill me if I said anything else.
The first few weeks, I made some of my best friends, but 2 of us were sexually assaulted before classes had even started.
I went to the Dean of Students' office, and she said, I just want to make sure that you don't talk to anyone about this.
They protect perpetrators because they have a financial incentive to do so.
The problem of sexual assault on campuses is enormous.
I think it's fair to say that they cover these crimes up. There's a lot of victim blaming.
He lectured us about how we shouldn't go out in short skirts.
They told me, despite the fact that I had a written admission of guilt, that what I presented to them could only prove that he loved me.
They discourage them from going to the police. If it goes to the police, then it's more likely to end up as a public record.
Universities are protecting a brand.
Campus police cannot contact an athlete.
He won the Heisman Trophy with his DNA rape kit.
Just sit down with the students and ask them, where are the hot spots?
SAE, sexual assault expected.
The second most common type of insurance claim against the fraternity industry is for rape.
Her rapist's name matched the name of 2 other cases, and he was allowed back on campus.
The message is clear. You're not going to win.
We started seeing, what was happening at campuses across the country.
Why has no one connected the dots before?
These students went from sexual assault victims to survivors and now activists.
My name is Carolyn Luby.
My name is Alexa Schwartz.
My name is Ari Mostov.
This is a national problem.
I was getting threatened. It was working in their favor to silence me, and I was terrified.
I thought if I told them, they would take action, but the only action they took was against me.
We've got a lot further to go.
Oh my god, that's intense.
I know. I don't know about you guys, but I actually do have friends who are victims of sexual assault and rape. And this is a topic to me that I think deserves more light shed on it. And watching that trailer the first time I saw it, there were just so many things that stood out to me that I did not already know. And I like to think that I'm someone who is informed about these topics and who knows what kind of steps are being taken to prevent this stuff from happening. And it turns out there are actually steps being taken to prevent people from finding out that this stuff is happening, which is the real mind blower here. But we'll come back to this sort of topic in a little bit. I want to ask, did anyone recognize the background music to our paparazzi mashup that I played as our intro? Oh, no Adele stands here.
Oh my god.
That was, do I have to play a snippet of it again? That was mashed up with paparazzi, and it's epic. One of my roommates actually came downstairs today because I had headphones in and I was listening to it and singing paparazzi at the top of my lungs. You know, it happens. But we found out the past week that Gaga is working with Adele, or at least we should assume that since there's an Instagram photo of them together in the studio, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. What? I didn't see. What?
Where have you been?
I'm sorry, I missed this.
Yes. Well, Yuling, let me pull up the photo for you. Maybe.
Please put it up. Oh my god, I'm gonna pass out.
Where the hell is it?
That was my reaction, exactly.
When things don't go to my downloads folder when I download them, I immediately freak out because I'm like, it could be anywhere on my computer. There it is.
You've seen it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga x Adele better happen.
Well, I don't think it's going to be a whole album, obviously.
It should be a whole album. She needs a. Oh my god, yes!
Yes! I love that.
Can
I
we
saw
talk about
somebody
how good
said
she looks
that
right
Adele
there?
was stoned.
I love Adele.
I love Adele. She's the bae.
She is.
Although, you know who she really needs to collab with? You know what collab would kill everyone? Her, Sam Smith, and Adele. Did you just shit your pants?
Is Adele. That is the collaboration that I need.
Sam's amazing.
So, real quick, that we're not running over on time, what is everyone's favorite Adele song, and would you like this collaboration to be more Gaga sounding and on a Gaga album, or more Adele sounding and on Adele's album? Christina, you want to go
God,
first?
it's hard. Well, actually, I love Rolling in the Deep. It's of course, the best song ever. And then I actually wanted more sound like more as Adele because I don't want to say because it's more her vibe is more like for the audience and more radio friendly. Not saying that Gaga's not gonna be radio friendly and all, but just I don't know. I like it when she tones down. I don't know if she's gonna tone down, but I like it better if it's more like an acoustic kind of vibe kind of song, or just like on the piano ballad. So yeah, what do you think?
I like someone like you.
Oh, it's a good one too.
I love the whole video of it, and I like how it's black and white. I like how she sings it. And how's she gonna do in the album? I just want her to be like herself, like what you said a little bit.
You want more like Adele?
Yeah, more like Adele.
More of Adele style.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Gaga expand more. She obviously did a complete 180 by doing a jazz album, so now let's kind of take steps backwards and go to a comfortable middle ground. Shiraz, what do you think? What's your favorite
Well,
Adele song?
yeah. Um, well, what I'm imagining in my head right now is a song where Gaga and Adele are belting it out, and Brian May is playing guitar in the background. And
Or trumpet.
I like how everyone's very specific. I want Gaga and Adele to work together, but I also want them to work with this person.
and I want, yeah, like I want, in terms of feel, in terms of how it's produced, the production, I want like You and I X Adele. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Artist got a theory.
Christina has a theory. Go ahead.
Because she's probably gonna do a jazz song with her, and it's gonna probably be either a song like Paradise or like a song we didn't hear yet, or on our next jazz album that Tony was talking about.
Yeah. He did confirm that they wanted to put out a second jazz album.
Jazz is perfect.
They started working already.
Yep. See? Oh my God, I'm right. I swear to God.
Maybe it'll be more of a because Gaga said, I mean, how often does she stick to everything she says? But she said that she wanted to release a jazz album every single year from now on. So maybe her next jazz album is going to be half with Tony, half with other artists.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yuling, what do you think? What do you want to see Adele and Gaga do?
I want to see Adele and Gaga do a mix of, I don't know, honestly, I think that they're just gonna be, it's gonna be like a soulful song, is what I would say, like a mix of everything, and it'll just sound good. I don't think that there needs to be like one person's style over the other. I think it's a collaboration, so it'll, be a mix of both of their sounds. I'm excited. I'm ready. I hope it's real.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, we are going to go on to everyone's new favorite segment, Name the Outfit. And this is our outfit that we will be naming tonight. I don't know what you guys will possibly want to call this. It kind of looks like an explosion of eyeballs or Dalmatian nipples. Let's begin throwing some things out there.
Dalmatian nipples. I nominate Dalmatian nipples.
Someone's watching over your shoulder.
Foaming eyeballs?
Foaming eyeballs.
It reminds me of Halloween costume a little bit. I don't know why.
It's every day's Halloween for Gaga. No.
Yeah, maybe it's Halloween for Gaga.
Pearly whites? Wait, what? That's teeth.
Oh.
I don't know why I said pearly whites.
Oh.
Because they look like pearls.
They do.
Pearl, yeah.
You know, this was also around the time that we thought art pop might be a possibly like Under the Sea or alien themed thing.
Oh yeah.
I think that the parts that aren't these like eyeball exploding things kind of looks like something I would expect an X-Men person to wear. She looks like a comic book character if you take off the shoulder pads and the the skirt that she's holding up. I think she looks like a comic book character.
Yeah.
I don't know what to call this, but I'm not calling it Dalmatian nipples.
Can we please call it Dalmatian nipples?
Oh my god. Therese, any suggestions?
Well, true to form, I'm going to go old-fashioned on it, so I'm like, oh my gosh, Alexander McQueen, but never mind. I'm going to go with Dalmatian nipples too, but... you know me, the first thing that came to mind was like, oh my gosh, this is like something Alexander McQueen would put out experimentally before 2006, but yeah.
I am going to throw out there calling it The Eyes Have It.
Not Dalmatian nipples?
Okay, I'm throwing it to Twitter. I am throwing it all the way to Twitter. Twitter's going to have to tell us what they think, and then we will go over their suggestions next week. Guys, come up with something better than Dalmatian nipples. You people watching? I did that as a joke. But last week, we could not figure out what to call this.
Oh, yes!
I got a good one for that. Wait.
What were our ideas?
A lot about ghosts, a lot about pilgrims, and I think some people said, especially on Twitter, said the ghost of Christmas past. I would like to say the pilgrim's ghost or the ghost of the pilgrimage.
I like the pilgrimage though. That's so good.
Sherez, you weren't on last week. What do you think about this one?
You mean as in, like, give it a name?
Yeah.
Professor from Harry Potter.
What do you call this crazy, bewitching...
No, the other professor.
You know, the devil went down to Georgia. He was not expecting to see her.
Bloody Mary. Oh, no.
This would be the perfect outfit for there to be, like, a Carrie scene.
Right, Carrie.
Blood.
I can't think of that professor.
The most responses that we got for that were 100% something about pilgrims. So I'm glad that you all know what pilgrims look like, or at least what our textbooks tell us they look like. I wasn't there, and you most certainly weren't there. So I'm just going to take your advice and say we're going to call that the ghost of the pilgrim or something. Yeah. Pilgrim poltergeist. That sounds great.
Nice, Pilgrim Poltergeist.
Of
course. Ask you Ling. Ask what?
It is me. Ask me something.
Question that was submitted for you, Ling, is how do you feel about liars, and what's the most ridiculous lie you've ever caught someone in?
Okay, so how do I feel about liars, and what is the most ridiculous lie that I've caught somebody in? So, okay, liars, I don't like liars. I'm sorry. If you're gonna lie to me, then don't lie to me. Just don't lie to me. Just tell it to me straight, please, okay? Here is the most ridiculous lie I have heard. Okay, you're gonna freak out. So it's a long story, but I'm gonna break it down real quick. All right, ready? So basically, my sister had this best friend, and you know, for a while they were talking about, like, I don't know, how much time she had left on Earth, and I was like, what are they talking about, right? So then I found out that this friend had cancer. And I was like, oh my god, that is so sad, right? So 5 months later, she comes back and tells her friends, guys, guess what? I'm in remission, my cancer is gone. Like, oh my god, yay, that's great, right? They celebrate, they take her to LA, like, they do all these great things, right? And then something happens, okay? You ready for this? She sleeps with a guy because, I mean, whatever, you do your thing, like, freedom to the pussy, I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, and then this is what happens, okay? You ready for this? My sister's other friend, they're all part of this friend group, he calls up my sister and tells her, you know the girl who got cancer, let's call her Shakita. Shakita says she got cancer, right? Did you know that Shakita and I have been having a secret relationship for the past 6 months? And then I found out that she slept with somebody? What? Hold up, so she cheated? She cheated on this guy, right? But that's not it, because guess what? After some digging, we found out that she cheated on her ex-boyfriend with the boyfriend that she had now, that she just cheated on with somebody else, and then also, she didn't have cancer. What? So she lied about having cancer, she cheated on 2 people, then she lied about a pregnancy, okay? And oh my god, it was just, like, what
Hold
the
on.
hell?
I gotta get this right. I'm gonna put this out in a line for us.
Okay, get it right. Get it right, get it
I'm
tight.
guessing she lied about having cancer so that she could go to her doctor's appointments where she was fucking the guy that she was cheating on her boyfriend with.
Yes.
Okay. And then she lied about being pregnant to keep the guy that she was cheating.
Yes.
Either the guy she was cheating on or the guy she was cheating with. I don't really care which one.
Either, whatever. She lied about, and then she had to go on and lie to my sister when my sister was trying to confront her, saying that some guy came up and, like, mugged her so that all her groceries that she was grocery shopping, they were stolen, and then her wallet. But then how come you didn't steal her cars, like her car keys or her cell phone? That's my question. Like, why did you steal the groceries and not her car keys or her cell phone? Like, what? And then I don't understand. She was a liar. She was a liar, okay? And she lied about cancer to get free gifts and free meals, which, I mean, I can understand that.
Wow.
But then,
okay, I gotta roll off this one and tell you a very brief story.
Okay, brief story.
Well, actually, first of all, I just want to let people know there are people who have cancer, and you lying about having cancer, it's very offensive. Whoa. But when I was in high school, this kid that I went to school with my entire freaking life, senior year, tells everyone that he has cancer. He skipped school, and I don't know how he got doctor's notes, but he never had cancer. He was using it to just skip school and to get passing grades for assignments that he couldn't get done because of his cancer. and it worked.
Oh, that's retarded.
I honestly would not be surprised if the athletic department pushed him to do it because he was one of the star athletes. But that didn't make sense either. You have cancer and you're still on the team, and you can't do your homework, but
Ridiculous.
sure as hell you can run faster than everyone else. And then there was I had a friend. I hate that I can't say names. I had a friend who I met in one of the cities I've been to, and she was like, I lost this gift that I did for Gaga fans, and I lost my purse. Like, she was saying that all this stuff was stolen: her purse, her cell phone, her money, and a project that she had put together for Gaga. But while she's telling us this, she has her purse on her shoulder, like on her arm. She has her cell phone in her right hand, and she had no problems paying for anything the entire time that I was around her. It was the stupidest, like, least thought-up lie I had ever heard in my entire life.
Oh, Jesus, we think better than that. Oh,
Ugh.
So anyways.
On that note, actually, I gotta dip out a little bit early, guys. Is that all right?
Yes, we're gonna run over anyway, so it's okay.
Okay, thanks, sweeties. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
See you next week.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Have fun for the rest of the show. I'll tune in. Bye.
Bye. And now I am actually going to hand it over to Gina because she is doing our message for monsters this week, and she has personal experience that I think we could all learn from. So Gina, take it away.
Go ahead.
Well, growing up as a little kid, I was a happy, normal, rambunctious toddler, like my mom said, catching up with my two older brothers. And about age 3, I went to my doctor's appointment, and my doctor, noticing that I was speech delay, like not talking, and doctor says, I think your daughter has some speech delays. Have you been noticing any signs of delays? She says, I don't know. I guess she's behind, or I don't know. So they recommend I get tested and all that stuff. So we went to some doctors, and it's like orientations, because we were trying to find a best preschool for me, and the preschool that my mom and dad wanted me to go with my brothers at the time, the Catholic schools, they were not going to accept me because they don't have the program for me, so they wanted me to go to a special program for preschools that have the disabilities, and that's when I got the results from the psychiatrist, and they said, I'm sorry, you guys, to my parents, that your daughter has a learning disability that is called PDD. Means that it takes me longer to learn than kids, particularly for my age, and it's gonna be harder for me to catch up, understand, things like that. So I went to preschool. I had to get special help, I had to see special therapists. I had trouble holding a pencil, learning how to write, holding a fork, and yeah, it was hard for me being different from the other kids. I was not talking, and it was hard. And I saw speech therapists at the time, so I had the extra help. I went to public school, and then 6 years old, I went to kindergarten, and then I had the resource there, so I got pulled out of class. I always got extra help. This was pretty much every day, so it was always hard catching up from the other kids, from the work, from doing the resource work, and then I go see the speech teacher, then I go see the therapist. So I saw 3 teachers at once, and it's hard. It was hard being different from the other kids, and I got judged on, but sometimes people didn't even notice me. I was still like a normal kid, I just have this learning disability, so yeah, it was very, very hard, but I got through it, and elementary school was probably one of my best years. I got the help I needed. They were very, very good with me, and high school was one of my hardest years. It was really one of my hardest years I ever went through.
How did people treat you in high school, Gina?
Yeah, high school was one of my hardest years. Sorry.
Oh God, don't.
I'm sorry.
Stop. It's okay.
Sorry. High school was one of my
Cheer you up.
high school was one of my hardest years ever because they were not providing the help I needed. They were judging me, these teachers, these high school teachers, and I couldn't take it. I couldn't take what they were doing, the resources, and they had PPT meetings. They were complaining, and they were saying some ridiculous stuff. One teacher comes up to me one day, says, "Are you anorexia, bulimia? Why you're not eating?" And she told the nurse. She told a nurse on me and told my mom, like, something's wrong with your daughter or something. And I got tested and everything is fine. You know, these teachers, these resource teachers were being very, very rude to me. And they were not providing the education I needed. It was really...
They were being more than rude to you. They were doing you a disservice.
They were being
themselves teachers.
ridiculous, Tim.
That's like so wrong.
They were just being ridiculous. They think there was something really, really wrong with me. Alright? And then they really fought. And I had anxiety attacks. I got pulled out of class. But this was starting in sophomore year. And then they provided me anxiety medicine because they thought I needed to go see a therapist. Like, okay, we'll go try to see the therapist, me and my mom and dad. But, you know, we don't get along anyway. But I had my first seizure in school in 10th grade, and it was hard. And then I had another one in the emergency room.
Oh, yeah.
And I was fine for a while, and then I had another one in junior year at dance class, but ever since I've been fine, seizure-free, but the high school were just judging me. Then they were trying to put me in wrong classes. They were trying to put me in classes with kids not like me. Tim, they were trying not to, I don't know how to describe it. They were trying to not put me in classes with people like me, lower people. They want to put me with kids with Down syndrome and all this. And my parents are like, my daughter doesn't deserve to be in the class like that. She deserves to be in a normal class, kids like her. And you think she needs to be in class like that? So we got a lawyer. And they were fighting us. They were really fighting us. It was hard. It was hard going to those PPT meetings. It was hard. It was very, very hard. They were yelling at us a lot. You know how much my parents went through. You know how much they went through.
And the worst part is, you didn't do anything wrong in any of this.
Yeah.
It was just...
Those teachers are fuckers.
So
like,
I didn't do
seriously.
anything wrong. Those teachers, those resource teachers, I didn't get the education I needed. I didn't get the education I needed. It was just...
See, my school...
It was just
You were
terrible.
emotionally abused.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
I think the high school I went to wasn't really good, but I didn't have a choice. I had to go to a public school. That's where I had to get the service.
Go to my school.
Yeah,
I actually saw something on TV about middle school and high school kids who were in that situation where they had a learning disability or they were in a program where they were taught at a slower pace so that they could learn easier. And parents had to send their students to school with recorders in their pockets because nobody would believe these teachers were really saying these things to the students or doing these things to students in such an abusive way. So
They were attacking me, Tim, like really attacking me. Like these teachers were just so they were really, really attacking.
I knew it was bad, but I didn't know it was that bad.
Like I didn't want to tell all of this to you guys. You
Yeah,
know?
but that's fucked up. You see, you shouldn't because I was kind of in those classes. That's the ones they're talking about. There's
they're called code talk classes.
Yeah, code talk,
there's like a breaker teacher and a resource teacher.
Yeah, I was basically in the same classes too because I was before, like I said, I had anxiety. I wasn't I had slow too. Like I'm hard to learn, but I was pretty lucky that my school was not as extreme, and I don't know rude. I don't know why they did that. It's words I can't describe why.
I think they didn't want me to be a normal kid.
That's just so.
They didn't want me. The reason why I just got pulled out of the class because I was upset, and they just didn't like me for some reason. I don't know. They thought I was defiant, but I told them I just want to be a normal kid.
Yeah.
Even though I was in resource, I just want to be a normal, happy kid.
You know what I think it was, Gina? I don't think it was anything about you personally. I think that these were just... You have to remember that teachers are just humans too, and I think that they were just so full of themselves that they felt they didn't deserve the extra work in having to teach people with learning disabilities. So they slacked off at their job. They would rather discipline than teach, and they didn't need any reason to discipline because who is going to believe? I am so sorry that you had to go through that.
Yeah, but after high school, things got better. At least my anxiety got better and all that stuff. But I'm still going for a very hard time, though. I'm always gonna have this learning disability. Still, I get paid by the state. I'm always gonna get some extra help. I'm trying to get over that, but right now I'm going through a lot now, not having a job, and I'm not having the support from my parents, of course, now because they think I'm not trying hard enough. But they don't understand it's hard finding a job with people with learning disabilities.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's very, very hard. Some people, they don't want people with learning
It's hard to get a
disabilities.
job regardless.
It's hard. I can't do the register. I can't do some stuff. It takes me longer to learn. Like math in particular, it's hard for me to process. So I get a tutor that helps me do math. And because the school didn't provide what they wanted to do, this is what we want my parents to do. We wanted my parents. We were trying to get the school to help me, and the school didn't want me to. They think, oh, it's my fault I didn't do this math. It's my fault. I should have learned it. Well, it's your fault because you didn't do what they were supposed to do. They had a contract, and they didn't do what they were supposed to do. This is why we had to get a lawyer. You know how much we had to pay for a lawyer? You know how much lawyers cost?
Yeah, a lot of money.
Yeah.
Gina, what do you want anyone watching who can relate to your story to take away from this?
Oh, sorry.
I just want to help other monsters. I just want to say, it's okay. It's okay. You have this is okay. They have this disability. It's okay to be different.
Don't believe
No one's even gonna notice. No one's perfect. Like Gaga said, we were just born this way, and you just have to accept it.
How much has Gaga helped you through everything that you've been through because of your learning disability?
She has helped me a lot. Her music helps me a lot and gets me through this tough time every day. And this job, this looking for a job thing, it's tough right now. But I listen to her music. I keep busy and all that stuff. And of course, I have support from my cousin here.
Oh, stop.
Because she's the only person I could go to. Because my parents right now, my family is not supportive of my decisions. They're not supportive. It's really hard not finding a job. It's hard having a disability, and I'm still not driving right now for my age. So I'm trying the best I can. It's a lot to do for me. You don't know what it's like to be. It's hard for me to process. Like sometimes I might not understand things, like jokes, particular. Sometimes they say when you have PDD, you might take things seriously, and at those times, sometimes I actually took things very seriously. I actually got mad sometimes at Christina, her mom, and all that stuff. There was times that we didn't talk, but I got through it. I'm learning to outgrow them and all that stuff, but it's still very hard having a learning disability. It's always hard. It's always hard.
I think one thing that we can definitely learn from Gina's story is that in the shoes of someone with a learning disability, you should never judge them for something that they have no choice over, and you should never assume that they are babied or treated a different way when actually they might even be being harassed because of the way that they are. And you should not really have any type of opinion about that stuff until it happens to you. Before we end the show and move on to Chica's section, Sherez, is there anything that you have experienced that you could talk about real quick that people shouldn't judge until it happens to them?
Instead of talking about what I've experienced, I just wanted to say that, well, firstly, I have a lot of words for the teachers, but this is not the time for that.
Teachers, air quotes.
Yeah, right.
I just wanted to say this to Gina. I mean, it's pretty remarkable how it takes a lot for a person to go through, so much emotional abuse and, and then still have the drive to push through, and continue life and still go through everything, right?
Yes.
So I feel like having that constantly is extremely remarkable. It's extremely commendable, I guess.
I don't know how you did it.
It was very hard for me to share this story. I was really nervous about telling you guys this, but I really wanted to get this off my chest and share it. And I also want to educate my cousin too.
Yeah.
Gina, I can't thank you enough for sharing. Seriously, what you did here was extremely brave, and I know that a lot of people have shared their stories on the show before, but it's not something that we've put a focus on in the past few months. So after all this time, you still wanting to come on and help anyone that you can who might be watching is just something I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. I would love to.
Yeah,
I would love to come back on and help other people who are going through this.
Absolutely.
Especially with my job situation, I would like to come and share again if it's possible.
Absolutely. And if any of that stuff starts looking up, if you get a job, I'd love to have you back on for that, just to tell people, look, I did this.
Yeah, I'm just praying. Just pray for me. It's been a full year. I'm just praying. I'm keeping busy. Like, I'm making a Gaga scrapbook and all that, and I really want to do like a group page. Like, I want to like help other people with the same thing. I learned a lot. I learned from Google Hangouts. I met 2 people already that have the same thing. You know, Rainbow has it, and another friend I know that has it. They have exactly the same thing I have. So it's amazing. I already met people that have the same thing as me.
It's incredible.
I don't have a lot of friends. I lost a lot of friends because I think they didn't want to be with somebody that was different. So now having monster friends, it's amazing to me.
See, this is why I love this fan base so much, because I hate when people are like judges saying, "Oh my God, you guys are Gaga fans, you guys are this and that." Like, no, this is more than that.
Yeah,
like, come on.
Exactly. Even her mother was just saying, "Oh, you're gonna go talk to the weirdo." That breaks my heart.
Again, yeah, don't even bring my mother up. Yeah.
She said what?
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I don't want to, start with that. Yeah.
Now I know it's not a Gaga quote, but hate is gonna hate.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I still like this song.
I feel like my parents are hating me when I'm staying home. They think I'm lazy, for example. Oh, you're not doing anything.
Oh, my parents think I'm lazy too, and I'm far from it, so don't listen to them.
Yeah. I just ignore them, but it gets me annoying when they go tell my other family members, like, she's still not looking for a job, she's doing stupid stuff, all this other stuff, and all this Gaga stuff. I hate when she does that. She gets on my case sometimes. I don't get along with my parents.
It's so bad.
Yeah. Well, is it alright I say one more thing I didn't share?
Yeah.
There was actually times I had anger management problems with my parents. There was times I got really abusive, and there was times that I ran away from home. And there was times I almost got hospitalized for it, and I went through that too. So I want to just help other people. Like, don't put your anger on parents. Don't like abuse them. Those times I got really angry. I don't need it.
Okay. Got tissues of pain.
I had a lot of anger problems back then. I think it was part of the school issue I had. Too.
It sounds like you experienced a lot of drama and a lot of trauma as a kid.
Yes, I did. I went through a lot too.
And you got through it. And do you know how many people each day say that they can't anymore and they give up and they do something to hurt themselves and leave us?
Yes. Oh yeah.
There was times I wanted to say that, but I just been listening to Gaga. Gaga just helps me.
Yeah, I get this. You know me. I get the same feeling with stress.
It's hard being in the house with people with drama. I have 2 older brothers. It's just hard being in the house with them. I'm the youngest.
I'll trade houses. No kidding.
Well, I am a firm believer that we make our real family, and that we don't choose to be born in the family that we're born in, as much as we don't choose to be born the way that we're born. So let the monster community become your family the way I have, and let Christina be your sister, not just your cousin.
Yeah.
And rely on the people who will always be there for you, and not the people who think that you're a waste of space or who treat you like you're doing nothing.
Exactly. I could always go to her. I mean, we're the same age, so it's good to have a cousin close. We've always been close since we were little.
Yeah.
Well, I need to wrap this up. I want to thank everyone who has watched despite us going over our time limit. I am still going to play Catherine's video of her talking about the remixes for this week. But first, I want to thank LittleMonsters.com for their continued support of Radio Art Pop and Populove.net. Also, Populove, which is basically our mother project now. It's the project that was born from Radio Art Pop but is bigger than Radio Art Pop. It launches February 1st at popullove.net and marks a new era for every pop music fan base, an era where we can meet in person and share our stories and help each other and the world through the power given to us through being a part of a fandom. So I think Gina actually is a perfect example of the power of fandoms. Do you agree?
Yes. Yeah, good job.
Absolutely. Okay, I am going to bring up Chica's video now. Give me just a moment, and thank you for watching Radio Art Pop. Everyone have a great week.
All right. And I'm also, I need to go.
Oh, bye.
Hi, and welcome to the musical section of the show, where I have another set of forgotten Gaga sound gems to share with you this week. This one is a really nice version of Bad Romance, but we have no idea who created it, as that has been lost to time and to the internet. We do know it was made around the middle of 2010, and that it used a basic fan-made a cappella, but just listen to the results. Check this out. You can hear the rest of this one in our downloads package. You can find it on radioartpop.com and in the description of this video. This next one we have, this is really nice. This one is Government Hooker by Tamus of YouTube fame. Let me see if I can find this for you. Here we go. And this was recorded in 2011 along with others off of Born This Way. Check this out. I really like how that strong synth lead is driving this one under Gaga's voice. Very well done, Tamus. Next, we have kind of a controversial track by Sonny Moore, aka Skrillex of EDM fame. Many of you have heard of him. Sadly, this track was never finished beyond the first minute and 26 seconds because Skrillex's laptop with the project on it was stolen out of his hotel room, which was really dirty. So we never got to hear the whole thing. But check this out. This is called Died This Way. And without his laptop, obviously he lost the desire to finish it. All we have is this teaser he released on YouTube back in spring 2011. This was one of those love it or hate it remixes because the lead synth that Skrillex is working on, it sounds like a screaming woman. She's dying this way. Right as he mixes the track, you'll hear it. He's slamming the drops against her voice, kind of killing her off in a way, at a great ferocious pace as this song progresses. But some people hated it. But you're about to hear. Check it out. There's the screaming woman right there. And the song ends because sadly that was it. We only had that little minute and 26 seconds. People freaked out when this was released. They thought it was great, but you had an equal number of people who were like, what is this? Hopefully someday he could be convinced to finish it. Maybe we could get a little petition together and say, hey, dude, finish this song. It's great. But we'll see how that works. We have a really great track by DJ Roman Stone of YouTube, SoundCloud, and GagaDaily.com fame. Check out this beautiful track. Let me get this for you right here. Roman epically altered Gaga's a cappella of So Happy I Can Die, and he mixed it up with little elements of Filthy Pop by Gaga and Rob Fusari. And he created this gorgeous, swooping synth world around her voice. Sadly, Roman has largely disappeared from the internet, but we won't forget his remixes and the way they made us feel. This is incredible. Never underestimate a Gaga fan with a computer and an acapella and drive. You can download all these remixes at radioartpop.com. There's also going to be a link to the download in the description of this video you're watching. And I hope you enjoyed this week's collection of sound. I'll see you next week with more tunes. If you liked what you heard, you have a question or comment, you can find me at ChicaScaz at twitter.com. You can also find me on Gaga Daily, Operation Gaga, and propagaga.com, where I work as a moderator. You can message me there, or you can email me, chicascaz@hotmail.com. I hope you enjoy these tunes. They are so much fun. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.